All right, RJ, we are back. It's just you and I this week, but that's all right. We got a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on.
Always.
It's start of a new month, September 1st. Here we come. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. How you been?
Good. No complaints. No complaints.
Really?
I'm here with you talking card stuff.
We want to talk about your pull pump or any other stuff because, life happens on the outside, but this is our safe space.
That's
we
right.
Just talk about stuff. So I have a few things I thought we'd talk about. I am disappointed my eBay purchase has not yet arrived because I was hoping to do a little flashy flash for you.
What eBay purchase is this?
I can't tell you yet, man. It's going to go on the wall. I got to make my case. I got to make my case. It's going to go on the wall. And yes, we are closer, by the way. We're closer to that happening. Anyway, a lot to talk about, RJ, but I think the coolest thing, right? Actually, hold on a second. If you're driving, you're listening to this thing, or if you're watching this thing at work, you can send us messages that we're all over the place because it's okay sometimes. But we do appreciate you jumping on and listening to us. I was actually thinking today, we get comments every week. Not a ton, but we get comments, and it means so much. I like reading the comments, especially last week's episode. We had Ziggy on. Ziggy's a big thinker. He's got big ideas.
He's a polarizing guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's a great guy, but his ideas may be polarizing. I don't know. Maybe, that's what I mean. Had somebody didn't agree with what he was saying, but you know what? That's okay because conversations start, things change. I liked it, but, the nice comments, not that his wasn't nice. It was very respectful. I think he had his opinion and he gave it to us, but other people, it means a lot. So thank you. So, this is me trolling for comments. Can you tell me I look nice?
All right. That's it. I'm going to go to Fiverr and I'm going to just buy some company to come out and throw 100 comments that are just Matt looks really good this week.
I'm just glad that my lighting won't be off. I won't have jaundice by the end of this episode because the lighting won't go orange. Anyway.
Well, don't speak so soon yet. We still have some time to go.
The episode is young. Anyway, RJ, exciting news on your side. So give it to us, man. The park side. Go. Just go.
Project Purple updates. If you've been following along on the social media channels that we have, we shipped out the box with our 143 Katie Zellum cards into it over to Parkside. So, they should have them here shortly before the, September 5th cutoff. And in completion with that, I'll end up getting a pack of cards, 2 cards out of 5 that are they're almost like a purple cracked ice in a sense. They look really nice. I've been looking on some that have been coming through on the NWSL Facebook group that I'm part of, but it was huge. So I ended up getting roughly 109 cards through two mail days. And then the third mail day was actually the hubs that the NWSL Facebook trading card group sent over. And that was an additional 108 cards. So it just crushed it. I have, as one person who helped contribute to the cause referenced an email to me when they reached out. They said, so many Zellums. I now still have so many Zellums.
Good. She's going to be a superstar one day. And this process. Hell, let's back up though, because if somebody wasn't listening.
Well, she is though. She came from Manchester and was a captain and all that fun stuff. Well,
there you go. She'll blow it up here for America. But hey, tell me about the Project Purple though, because if people weren't listening, you get X number of cards, you ship them in. Walk us through that whole thing.
Yeah, so Parkside put out essentially a Project Purple where you had to sign up for it, and if you got approved for it, each person that was approved got one base card that they were told who they were going to be collecting, and they needed to collect 143 base cards of that person, of that NWSL player, strictly from the 2025 NWSL Volume 1 product that they have.
Yep.
And so, from there, once you had them, you packaged them, you sent them in with some information. But But I want you to go check out our social media channel because we did something a little fun.
Yes. I think that's super cool. So I was actually going to ask you about it, but Parkside will allow you to do this one special thing, which I thought was incredible. You talk about thinking forward to build a fan base. Tell us about it, RJ.
Yeah. So with it, right, on their page, in their paragraph, one of the sections said, collect 143 base cards, collect, trade, buy, sell, draw an exact replica of the card, send it in. So in talking with my daughter, because she was helping me with this project, because she plays soccer and we run a soccer league and all that kind of stuff. So we're pretty heavily into it. I was just like, hey, do you want to draw a card? She's like, yeah, sure, I'll totally do it. So she took a Katie Zellum card and she replicated it the best she could and went and drew it out and colored it and all that kind of stuff. So we included it with our packaging and sent it in and hey, it looks like it's in the terms and conditions, so it should be accepted.
Yes.
And then so we will go from there. I don't know what they're doing with the base cards. I don't know if it's just collecting them back and taking them. Like I said, hopefully they foil stamp them or they use them as an insert later on, because now it's just fun to collect something that you helped, bring all together. And I think this comes back to the community side, right? If we've talked before, like people buying spots for people, doing this for people.
Yeah, 100%.
In a case like this, I used, I had friends reach out to me. I had the hub. I had multiple, there's probably 12 or 13 people maybe in total that helped me procure all these cards. So now it's fun for them too, because then it would also potentially become a chase, right? Or something that they can be like, hey, I helped with this, even though I might not have had that, card, or I wasn't actually in Project Purple. I still helped supply this person with the cards. And it really, kind of makes it, interesting for everyone that's a collector in the hobby.
No, I thought it was awesome. I think their idea was brilliant. In fact, you sent me a text. It was probably mid-morning one day. Hey, guys, jump in this to a couple of us. And I wasn't able to jump on. So I was a couple hours late. I didn't get accepted. So that just shows how the excitement around the idea, excitement around what the product they're putting out. And I think it's going to be super cool. And I cannot wait for you to get your cards, because it'll close the loop. I know you have some ideas about what you're going to do when you get your cards. And then the last thing I'll say, go check out social media, because the card that was drawn was incredible. Awesome job. So you got to check it out and give us a bunch of likes on that particular one.
Yeah. So
it's a really cool idea.
I totally agree. And I just happened to be in my email when it came out and registered immediately, thought for a second, should I do this? What the heck? Immediately did it. And I ended up with card 181 out of 200, because there's only 200 in the base set. So that just goes to show you that even within seconds, there's enough demand from, people that are in a growing, I view just where with women's sports in general have come, right? Basketball, soccer, even with the NWSL, they're expanding, 2 teams, right? So they're going for 14 to 16 next season. And there's just a lot of growth and expansion. And I'm interested to see, especially too, now what Parkside does with that next year. Cause now there's more cards in the box. Now what are the odds? All this kind of stuff, right? To pull the player that you're looking for, or some of those nice inserts. So.
Yeah. You're talking about women's sports. I don't know if you saw Caitlin Clark has a logo now. Getting ready to launch it with Nike. I think that's absolutely incredible. Did you get a sneak peek of it?
No, I haven't checked that. I will now.
Super cool. I'd like to hear what you think but anyway, it doesn't matter what you think of the logo, because you know what? If I had a logo, I wouldn't care what anybody thought. It's awesome. You talk about the growth of women's sports. I think this is incredible. And the excitement, the way Nike's rolling it out, super cool. The social media stuff they've got, really, really well done. And I'm all about it. So love it. What else is going on in your world, RJ? Tell us some other things. I know I know you just, we're getting back into breaking, over there in 2 packs a day. And we have a little box off that will be dropping later this week. So where RJ and I will each open a box of something and see who won.
Yeah, I want to talk about that for a second, because
talk about it, RJ.
Yeah, Matt and I,
Actually, we can't. Oh, it'll be next week. So.
Oh goodness. Yes. So no, yeah, Matt and I, like, we did a box off before, and we're doing one again here. I think we're going to try and do this a little bit more regularly because, talking about sports cards, it's still fun to open and, you go through singles, all that kind of stuff. Right. But, just with some newer product or product in general, whether it's even a blaster or something like that, it's just kind of fun to do a couple things, right? See what you're getting, obviously, see if I can beat Matt in a competition.
Yeah.
But at the same time, right, everyone is always asking the question, like, is the juice worth the squeeze, right? Like, if I bought a hobby box for $300 or $400, because that's a pretty hefty price tag from where they were a couple of years ago.
Yep.
Will I make my money back? Will I just get, one of, out of 133 autos in there, and 68 of them are, rookie relief pitchers that only pitched under 10 innings in an entire season? Will I get one of those, or am I going to, hit one of the 8 or 9, prospects I want, referring just to baseball here, but
yeah,
which is
what we did, what we did last week. And the episode is live. So jump back in. It's the midweek sode from, I can't remember the date, but it was last week. Check it out. It's worth watching.
Yep.
But you're absolutely right. It's fun to do that for all those reasons.
And so this time around, last time we just did the box off and we kind of, went through it, but this time I'm going to add a little pizzazz, and we're going to add some values of the cards as we go through, so we can actually, at the end of it, get an idea, like, what was the return on this? Using some cards that were comp that had sold, and be like, hey, this card is now worth $40 or $30 or, whatever, and kind of see how close we can get to that value. Granted, and even on the boxes that we did get of Finest, we did luck out, and I did get them on release day. So we've got them at $300, which they immediately went up to $500. And then now they're down to $400 a box. So, like, we already had value built in, but it'll just be interesting to see, if we can pull that value out, or, if any other collector could as well.
Yeah, that's it. It was a blast to do. And as much as I want to think that people have already watched that, and then now they're listening to this one, chances are maybe they're just joining for the first time on episode 28, 29.
Actually, wait a second. Wait, if you want to check the box off, go ahead and just click on this video right here, and you can watch Matt and I and see who won.
Very nice. Well done. However, it is worth watching, and that's not me looking for you to go watch. But don't pause now. Go look at it later. But
is that synergy? Like, you're bringing it all together.
I'm bringing it all together. I don't know what I'm doing, but
in all the vertical forums that we're synergizing together to create.
No, I just want people to see some cards. Yes, it was a fun time. It was a lot of fun. Check it out. There were some big cards. It's worth looking at because you're gonna enjoy it.
Yes.
I think I may have won, and we actually never talked about it. Did we? Did we talk about it?
No.
All right, moving on, RJ. All right, so I want to talk about Whatnot. Okay, so I've been doing a lot of reading as we explore some new ventures. Opening up stuff. I want to see what they're doing, what they're about. So I've been digging in, but I'm going to start with these people aren't paying me. I'm open to it, so reach out. I mean, by all means, give me a call. But this is legitimate. I think they're doing a great job. And I haven't really dug into Fanatics, but I like Whatnot because, if you can prove that you can do your thing, come on in. Fanatics, I think, is invite only, right?
I believe so.
So it's a little more accessible.
Live. Yeah. I mean, like, when we started with Whatnot, we had to do the whole showcase all your stuff and, in a full application process. I think it's become a little bit more lax lately, but
I enjoy it. I enjoy that, you could have somebody in there with 3 people and it's a young kid and he's trying his best with, a 17 or 18-year-old kid or whatever their age limit is. I just like the idea. So I'm reading through a bunch of stuff this last week, and it's pretty impressive what they do. I was kind of giving RJ a hard time. If you go to the Whatnot platform on a desktop, it's all the shows, right? But down on the bottom left, and maybe I'm making a fool of myself right now because everybody else may already do this, and I'm okay with making a fool of myself. But if you click on blog and some of their other stuff, you can read what they're doing, some new tools, new analytics. They've got quite a bit of new stuff coming out. But they also did a survey, which I found fascinating, about what their sellers. Now this is all sellers: tennis shoes, clothes, dish. I don't know, whatever else they sell, toys.
No. Wait. This is gonna blow your mind. They have a Christmas holiday decor section. Right. And like even in mid-July, there's like one or two people in there selling stuff.
No kidding.
Yep.
Well, good for them, man.
Yep.
If they're having fun making some scratch and somebody's getting what they want. I found it pretty fascinating because as we discussed earlier, there's a little, hey, are breakers a problem or are they not, whatever. But I think Ziggy said it really well about innovation. That's the innovation tip of the hobby because life is moving forward. Things are being innovated. Everything's got to go, right? And it said brick and mortar shops, like so your local boutique or your local card shop, they're even getting into it because they're making more money online as supplements, right? And I'm not going to throw the numbers at you. You can jump in there. Also, I can't see my screen. But they're making like $130,000 off of whatnot, and then that supplements their other income of people coming into the store. I think it's a win. It does point out that the competition, so the seller to buy ratio is really high. So as you jump into the platform, you've got to really make a concerted effort to go into shows, engage with people. It's kind of what our breakers that we have on the show have given us as tips is you got to make relationships because you can't just dive in and expect the audience to grow. So a lot of competition for newcomers. However, it's still open. If you know how to talk to people, if you know how to engage, it's there. I thought it was interesting. It's worth reading. Check it out. Especially if you're a new seller. They've got, I think, 5 different tools like coupons are really working and driving sales for people. So they got a lot of ideas. Like how can you boost your sales? I think RJ, we've been doing coupons, right? Like the silver, platinum, gold level. So, and they just kind of articulate it. So if you don't know anybody and you want to go in there and read about it, they kind of talk you through it. So pretty valuable. And then in other news, RJ.
Go on.
Target says trading card sales are up by what percentage year to date over last year?
Oh, am I making a guess?
You're making a guess. And also tip of the hat to you, because I believe you and I are responsible for a fair portion of this percentage. Up by what percentage? This is Target, by the way. So yes,
30,
all you guys.
30%.
Oof. I want to look around the room, but there's no one else around. 70%. 70%. eBay has posted 10 straight quarters of growth. Now, I'm not surprised with that one.
Yeah.
Fees, sudden death now. Of course, sudden death drives higher fees because it drives higher prices. So just wild numbers. Wild numbers. I feel like I'm broadcasting the news.
Actually, I'd be interested to see with Target if that continues on that path, because the ones out by me now have only issued doesn't matter what you get 2 boxes. And then we'll get to a point where you get to the checkout, and if you got 3, they're like, boop, boop. They're like, they won't scan it, right? You'd have to do a whole
computer calls you off.
Yep, the computer calls you out. So they won't even scan it. So I think they're trying to actually cut down, which is good. They're kind of cut down on scalpers in that sense. Yeah. But at the same time, nothing would stop that scalper from going out to the car, coming back, going out, coming back, right? If they hit it at the right time. But at the same time, it just limits it to 2, no matter what, like I said, no matter what the product is. I don't know if they're doing this nationally at all stores, but I've been to two locations out here that have done it. Cause usually like I've got 2 kids, so I'll buy them something and then I'll buy myself something. And like, now I got to make a decision. Like, do the kids get stuff or do I get stuff?
Well, we all know the answer there, RJ. Come on. It's a no-brainer. Sorry, kids.
No, I'm not that heartless.
I know you're not. It's interesting because this is where I want to tell you, well, you should go to my Target because they don't have a restriction.
Seriously?
But you live
There's
too
no
close.
restriction?
No.
Man, first off, the one Target I was at had it actually sectioned off. And the only way that you could access it was by getting somebody and having them pick, they would have to either watch you if you went behind the lines, or they would, I would just be like, I just pick me 2 boxes. Cause I'm not like that person where I'm just like, oh my God, you have to pick the 3rd box from the back and then, or look for the dented box. Cause that's the box. I'm not like that.
I wonder if they had a problem at your Target or Targets. I wonder if they had.
That one was really close to ASU, College Town. So I'm guessing they probably had a huge problem with scalpers. And then another one that's like a little further out. They started at limitation of 5 products, and then it eventually just came down to 2.
That's interesting. So stay out of my neighborhood, RJ.
So what does that go about the neighborhoods? Does it mean does it obviously mean that scalpers come to those locations more? Like they don't come to the Target by you? Like that's
what you just said makes sense. Maybe these college kids don't have wheels, so they're taking the scooters over. Sorry, college guys, I'm not throwing you under the bus.
I guess that's the question. If you go in though, is there product there, or is product just gone?
So my place is interesting. They've got it in 3 locations.
Yep. Toys, back over in toys.
Back in toys. Then they've got it on what do you call it? An end cap. And then they've got it up front. It's very strange.
Yeah.
Because I guess they don't concern themselves with stealing anymore, because the stuff in back, who's watching you?
I mean, AI and cameras and security is probably so much more advanced now. It can probably sense the whole shiftiness of people. I don't know.
Imagine ruin the rest of your life because you stole a pack of pictures of men.
Man, there was some guy that from Target, I think he ended up stealing there's $60,000 worth over a certain amount of time. It got caught a year ago or 2 years, whatever, prosecuted. But
maybe I know that I wouldn't hit anything, so I'm not dumb enough to steal it because, I'm not going to hit anything. So why bother, right? I don't know. Craziness. But 70% year to date. So business is good. Business is good. But and then a little into your world there, the Bitcoin, what is that? The Cardsmiths product that you turned me on to. Did you see the news?
No, inform me. What's the news?
Okay. So a guy walks into a GameStop.
I've heard this joke before.
He's got $13 in his pocket. He buys a $13 box of Cardsmiths currency trading cards. And what does he pull? He pulls a Bitcoin, $115,000 Bitcoin. I wish I knew you because I'd buy you a beer, man. Good for you.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Good for you.
I think they only put 2 or 3 of those in the product. So
I hope it changed his life in such a way that he can't even describe it. And what I'm saying there is I hope it's not a billionaire that walked in to buy his kid something and 150. No, I'm not kidding. That is incredible. I love seeing those stories. But so a little news from around the thing that's caught my eye this week. Now let's talk about the playoffs if you can, RJ, unless you want to go somewhere else. But I want to talk about playoffs because it's coming. It's coming in a hurry.
Yes, we can. We can do
and
that.
I am shocked by what I'm seeing as far as the standings. If you look at who is going to win the divisions, it's a little unusual, isn't it?
That's baseball, baby.
And I'm here for it. Actually, I'm going to tell you something before we dive into this. Check it out. So we started this podcast in January. I was a huge F1 guy, but to be able to talk smartly, I had to get a little smarter on the baseball, man. It's catching up with F1. I'm literally consuming it all day, every day. I've got my players. I'm like, yes, you're my guy. Not the big names. I like the little guys. I like the Matt Shaws. I like the Davis Schneiders. Go ahead.
Holy Schneider.
But I guess the American League's a little boring, but Tigers, Blue Jays, that's pretty cool. Especially the Tigers. They rebuilt themselves in 5 years, I think.
Yeah.
They were the White Sox 5 years ago.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah.
They've done a remarkable job. Scooble last night, the guy was unhittable. Just watching those guys play it's just a blast. Incredible. And then, I guess it's going to be the Red Sox, Yankees, and Mariners with the Royals, 4 games out of that last spot. Is anybody going to catch those guys? Is that the playoffs? What do you think?
Yeah, no. If you told me what the standings would be today at this moment, I would be, just a little shocked, right?
Yeah.
Just taken away from me here. But no, yeah, good on. I didn't think Boston was going to be in play at all. Seattle kind of always has been toying with it the last couple of seasons, but Detroit, I know they were coming up and all that stuff, but yeah, Detroit and especially even Toronto, like, Toronto usually has a run, but then it kind of falls off. And, like I said, yeah, with Boston too, just wasn't supposed to be there. So
no, the Boston was one that shocks me the most. And then I thought, okay, the Rangers are going to come back, but Eovaldi, he's out for the year. So the Rangers are done. That's sad. Sucks. It's funny because, as I'm getting ready to talk to you, I was thinking, I don't like the Rangers. So I'm like, well, poor guy's out. But the Diamondbacks aren't going to play them again in the World Series, so that's over. But kind of felt bad. Anyway, Eovaldi's out, so now the National League, this is exciting because this is where it's at for me. I think this is, the most exciting races are here. Milwaukee, Phillies, and Dodgers are leading the games. By the way, I'm going somewhere with cards on this, so hang with me because I'm going to put you on the spot. And then Cub, Padres, Mets, but the Reds are only 2.5 out. Do the Reds get in there? They're not going to catch the Cubs and probably not the Padres.
To me, the Mets had a run last year and all good fun and all that stuff like that. But I, being a Yankees fan and seeing that Juan Soto was just like, nope, money, which I get, get that money. I totally get it.
Yep.
But I just think it would be hilarious if for some way and reason.
Spoken like a Yankees fan here. I like it.
The Mets would just fall out of the wild card.
They're only 2.5 up on the Reds. I agree with you. I want to see Ellie in the playoffs.
Self-implosion. Yeah.
I want to see him in the playoffs because that's the card everybody wants. I think it would add excitement for all of us that watch the hobby or watch the game and the hobby. I think it'd be cool. But the Cubs are taking the whole thing. Just going to call it now.
You think the Cubs are going to take the whole thing?
I want them to. I love watching them play. I know I'm a homer, well, sort of adopted homer, but I love watching them play. I sent you guys that video the other night of Matt Shaw legging out a triple.
Yeah.
I have never seen a human being run so hard in Major League Baseball. That's just me. I'm sure somebody has, but somebody posted Matt Shaw running from a bear. That's exactly what it looked like. The guy was running for his life. It was awesome to watch. All right, RJ. So I want you, and you may not be able to do it now. Think about it. Like, I don't want a big name.
Yep.
I want a name that you'd be willing to say, hey, this guy might do something to play out. I'm going to buy his card. It'll put you on a spot a little.
All right.
But go. All right. American League first. And any of the contenders, don't give me a damn A or something.
I would have to say American League. I would probably look at the Detroit Tigers.
Okay.
And I would look at Kerry Carpenter. He is he's the right fielder for them.
Yeah.
He's had a little bit of injury this year, like a hamstring a little bit ago and stuff like that. But I feel like he's kind of helped ignite their second half and a good push for them. Granted, he's not like a rookie this year, right? So
I love that though. I love that name.
Yeah. So I feel like it's just looking at his stats right now, right? 264 average on the year, 22 home runs, 50 RBIs, 92 hits. Like, it's not like how we talk about it. It's not like a, Judge or whatever it might be, but this is the type of player that, man, you remember back in the day with it was like David Freese, right? For St. Louis.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude is a good, solid player, and he just rose to the occasion and owned the playoffs, right? And really helped bring that home for the Cardinals. So I feel like it's kind of a little bit something like that.
I love that. All right. So go National League now.
Well, do you have one, or am I?
In American League, it's tough for me because, again, I go to emotions. I would love to see Jaron Durant. I would love to see him do great things. That guy went through a lot of garbage his rookie year. I think it would be awesome to see him crush it, but I say that, and I don't want to see them go too far because I don't think they could stop the Dodgers. I think there's only 2 teams that can stop the Dodgers. And so, but I'd love to see him have an incredible playoffs. So that's who I think he's a good dude. And I think he deserves to blow it up. And then he'll probably increase his trade value because I think they're probably going to get rid of him next year.
Yeah.
All right, go. National League. This is where it's at.
This one is a tough one because I'm, National League.
You're a Yankee fan. Yeah.
Well, National League somewhat. I follow it, right? I follow it to a degree. But I think it's probably going to get stricken from, lightning come from the ceiling, saying this, but I think the Phillies are going to make a run.
Ooh, yeah. That's a real good call.
And I think it's going to be, let's see what this is.
Do you think Schwarber goes nuts, Harper, or the whole team?
Well, I think, I think Harper's had decent playoffs before, but he still has the monkey on his back of leaving the Nationals and then they win the year after, right? So yeah. I'm waiting for him. I know he's more of the superstar or a superstar of the team. So I think he's going to have. I'm going to put my money on him because I think it's like the monstrous. There just needs to be a monstrous run, right? It's kind of the same thing happened back with the Yankees back in the day with A-Rod. Like he could never produce in the playoffs for them that well. And then in 2009, the guy just went on fire and, helped carry that team. So It's just,
I'm a huge fan.
And with his card prices, they might be more elevated than, than the reference I just made for Detroit. But, there's got to be a big push moment. And I think it might be his turn this year.
I think that's a great pick. Like I said, I'm a big fan of his. He reminds me, and I'm going to get flamed for this. He reminds me of Pete Rose, the way he plays the game. He's all out. I mean, now he has power. He was a power hitter, and Rose was a hitter, but he just reminds me of that. The way he just runs hard. He's always digging. So.
Yeah,
fan of that.
They to me, they've had some good pushes, but just haven't been able to get over the hump. And I'm just waiting for that one season when they just they go maxed out. So
and that city would have a blast with it. So I'm there for it. It would be nuts, man. Do you see what they did? There's a documentary about what they did for Trey Turner when they traded and paid him $1 billion. Did you see that documentary? It's worth watching. God, I'm the documentary nerd, I guess.
I have 2 very young children. I don't have enough time.
Yeah, you're right. Mine are old.
I'm living it right now in my life.
It's fair, but Trey Turner, he had the World Classic where he just raked. He was incredible. Yeah. Then he goes to Philly and he had a slump. Right? They were booing him. You know how Philly fans are. We just paid you money. Let's go.
They started cheering and
yeah. Well, some guy went on social media and said, "Hey, when he comes up, every time he comes up, you got to watch this documentary. It's Moneyball-esque, dude. Every time he came up, they cheered him, and he was like, guess what? Boom, launches one, and it just turned it around. He bought a billboard to thank the city for doing that. I think he bought a couple actually. Awesome story. You got to watch it." But that's not my guy. Is it my turn?
Yeah, go for it.
Isaac Collins.
Okay.
Isaac Collins. Brewers. I think the Brewers are going to the World Series, man. I think they're going to take down the Dodgers. And I
think so, huh?
I hope so. I'm a huge Brewer fan right now, which is really painful because they're in the Cubs division, but I love watching those guys play. They're scrappy dudes. This kid, Isaac Collins, I think he's a rookie. 5'8". He's killing it. He's having an incredible season. And I
think you're a man crushing over him the other day when we were hanging out.
I have a lot of those these days. Man. It's the hobby. What are you going to do, right? Yeah. But anyway, I think he's going to have an incredible playoffs, and his value of his cards are going to shoot up. This is not advice. Don't go buy his cards based on what I said. But I may or may not snag a couple. I love watching that dude play. That's my guy who's winning. Actually, let's not do this yet.
No, yeah. We'll wait. We'll wait. We'll see how it shakes out. But I just want to back up for a second, Tim, to the comment of Moneyball-esque. Love that movie. Great storyline, all that fun stuff.
Are we about to have an argument?
The only huge issue I have for it is they like totally gloss over the fact that they had Tim Hudson, Mark Mulder, Barry Zito, Miguel Tejada already on that team. They're like, oh, hey, we got Scott Hatterberg, and he totally brought the entire team together. And like, that's where we replaced all these. No,
I won't argue that. I won't argue.
You had essentially, years of
4 aces
draft picks into your, exactly. And which, hey, I still get it. You're doing it with a tiny budget, but you can't say that like you had good guys on rookie contracts, right? So I don't know. That's the only issue I have. Like in that movie, they totally gloss over the fact that they've got like some of these massive players, and they're like, we found value here. I'm like, well, you also had really nice rookie contracts, but all right, that's it. I'm off my soapbox.
Don't get off it. Stay on it, because I got to tell you something. You don't know this. We left the National. I think we got on a plane 2 hours after you guys or something like that. You know what? I watched all the way home, Moneyball, right after the National, man, and it felt good. So damn it, RJ.
Actually,
you're not wrong. You're not wrong, but I did all the way.
What's Southwest. Crazy is we had when we had Blue Collar on, I jumped into one of his shows, like right after we had done the show with him and stuff like that. Just supporting him and stuff like that, and I actually ended up winning a giveaway, and the giveaway was a Scott Hatterberg autograph card. So I'll bring that in for one of my show and tell card days.
All right, I'll have to get music queued up. I'll be ready for you. We'll do the whole.
I'll have to find it. I have quite a bit of just like random personal stuff, so I'll have to. Just give me some time to sort some stuff. So that's good.
Go through some cards. God, that's such a great movie, man. Why did you do that? Now when I watch it, I'm going to be thinking about that.
You'll be like, yep. There's because when they get in the locker room and stuff like that in the clubhouse, you can see like someone that looks like Tejada, and so like you're just like.
Well, yeah, but when they show real game highlights, it's Tejada and short.
And you're like, hey, Tejada just hit a home run to, give them their 18th win or whatever. That's awesome. Yeah, that's once again, not taking it away. Baseball's a very, very hard game, and for what they did in that, was great.
Yeah.
And then I'm just, I'm bummed for him that he just didn't take the Red Sox job at the end. But spoiler alert.
Hey, listen, if it's spoiled at this point, you're late to the game. Hey, I'm going to call it right now. The A's are in the World Series in 2 to 4 years.
You think so, huh?
Yeah, I do. I think they're going to go to Vegas, and the team these young dudes they've got are going to coalesce. See what I did there? Mm-hmm. And they're going to be phenomenal. I think they just traded. They've got some skills. So
I don't know, man. Vegas is a another team player right there. You're going to have the guys outside. Right outside the stadium.
I don't know what that is, RJ. But
if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. You know what though? I'm not happy about it, and I like the Oakland A's. But it just means hotel prices are always going to be inflated, and it kind of sucks. Have you guys tried to go out there to a game or to go to Vegas when there's either a hockey game or a football game? No. It's insane. So now they have 82 more nights to inflate prices. That's no fun.
Yeah. All right. But there'll be free giveaways at the casino, right? Hey, you want tickets to the baseball game? Sure. Why not?
All right. I'm not winning money. I might as well go watch some ball. I got a couple more things. I'll hit them real fast. I owe a couple players apologies, RJ. I'm going to say it. I gave Kyle Tucker a hard time. I don't remember what show. It was 2 or 3 ago. Apparently the dude had a broken hand. They gave him a couple nights rest. He hits 3 home runs in 2 games. So, and then Paul Skeens. I've been bagging on not necessarily him, but his card prices when he hasn't done what the Trevor Hoffmans and you name it players have done, right? The Hall of Fame guys.
Yeah, but look at this. They've dropped a little. Some of them have, right? Like, so came into it, and as soon as the flood of grading of like base to into refractor to just parallels, right, which people do, like some of those were $100, $150 cards. They have come down now, and it's, you can get almost like a graded 10 of just a base card for about $20, $30, which is not horrible. But
yeah, but I was bagging on him for like, okay, what have you done? Well, what has he done? He has the lowest ERA ever over 50 games, the first 50 games. So I need to shut up and just sit on my couch and let the man do what he does. So just want to point it out. He's clearly going to be something. But hey, Pirates, you need to either get rid of him so he can go and let us, don't trout him. Don't trout him. Or don't trout yourself, I guess. But he needs somebody to score runs because they're not getting runs off of him, but yet he's got an 8-9 record. So come on, Pittsburgh, do better. And then the last thing, RJ, for you, AI, I love it.
Yeah.
So apparently, live breaks there in some countries are starting to be run by AI. Would you watch a show
out of town?
100%? 100%.
How is that even possible? Like,
would you trust
they run the show and then like there's someone that actually just opens the cards, or
would you trust AI hosted live shows, or is a human connection hobby's secret sauce? So this is me playing around today. So where is this at? There's a company that is, AI handles everything. Product descriptions. They run the breaks. They run the time. They run the clock.
Okay. And are they gonna sit there and be like, chat, the price is too low.
Let's go, chat.
They should be going for $30 a spot, chat. Yeah. Do it, chat.
Thank you. Keep going. But I will tell you this, because I couldn't find the answer. What happens when it's time to open the cards?
Right.
Like, what are we doing?
They just throw the packs into a shredder.
Or do I have 6 workstations? I'm running 6 breaks, and then I just roll over, break it open, and go to the next. I don't know. My answer is no, because I like the interaction. I like the human interaction. Even if I'm just sitting there, guys talking to each other, whoever the breaker is, chatting about whatever. I'm not going to have some robot talking to me.
Yeah, it's entertainment, right? Like at that point, now that is when I'll have a problem, I think, with breaking, because now at that point, it's just like the gamble side of like, I am just here. I can't get enough of it in all these different spots. I need to come here and just rip it. Then again, maybe if it's just like a silent break and it's just like calming music, then they're just filling spots and they're probably manipulating the hell out of the pricing because they're AI and they're integrated to everything. And, like I would 100% not trust that. I'd be like, you're totally, shill bidding. Why would you not be,
If you're an AI platform?
Yeah.
I think but let me ask you this. When you go to Vegas and you're kind of getting beat up by the dealers, do you walk over and do a little computerized? Because I'm guilty as hell. You give me a bubble craps machine. Good night. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
You hit the button. Pow, the dice bounce up. I'm easily entertained.
Yeah. The one that gets me every time, and I love playing it, is it might be in some of the other ones, but like MGM has one. It's a horse racing game. And actually the horses come out and they actually like race around the track.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Love that game. You know why? Because it feels like live action, right? You're like cheering on the horse and you're like, let's go,
So the answer is AI for RJ.
Yeah. And there's one casino left. MGM used to have it, and it moved to another casino, but there's one that's actually a really old school version of that from like the 60s where you only can put quarters in. Yep. And like when MGM used to have that, it was the awesomest game ever because it would pay out in quarters. And like, it wasn't just like money on the screen, ticket, whatever. You're just like, I got a bucket of quarters. This is awesome.
Let's go. Yeah. I will tell you, I actually played that. My wife and I went to the Jabberwockies. And while we were waiting to go in, we, you didn't like my Jabberwocky moves. We played the horse race game, the vintage one. I didn't win.
Oh, and that's,
I didn't win. Jabberwockies were good, though.
I looked, I was like, man, I'd really love to own one of those. And I think they're like, they don't make them anymore, obviously. Right. And like, it's really hard to get parts for them. So I think someone was selling one for like 85 grand or something. I don't even know. It was crazy.
So what does that look like, RJ? Matt, come over. I've got a case of beer.
It's Kentucky Derby every day at my house.
Let's do it. I love it. All right, RJ. My last question: did you buy any cards this week? And if you did buy cards, what did you buy? And no, it doesn't. We have the NFL thing. You don't have to leak that. But any like fun crap you bought?
Any
for your
fun
PC
things
is what I mean.
Yeah, no, I have not bought anything for my PC this week.
RJ, you are not getting interrogated. I am not the FBI.
I've made some purchases for our NFL bet.
Yeah.
And I've got some other auctions that I am in currently that end in the next. There's 4 auctions that end within the next 5 days that I am part of.
Yeah.
That some would be for my PC and some might be for the wall. I don't know. I haven't decided because I kind of like them too much. So I'm trying to figure out.
But you know what? The wall, they'll be up.
Yeah.
So there's that. But who are you going for? Like, what are you picking up for football? Let's talk about that for a minute.
I can't tell you anything because it's part of the.
All right. Well, that will be next week's.
Right?
That will be out next week.
Wait. Yeah, we still have to figure out those exact ground rules, right?
Let's do it. Go. So here's the deal. RJ and I get $100 each. You can buy as few or as many cards as you want with that $100 for football. I don't care if they're dead, Hall of Famers, just retired, or active players. I mean, you do what you want. We do what we want. At the end of the season, so I might have one card that I bought for $100 and I'm gambling that he's going to 10x. RJ might have been smart, bought $10 for 10 cards for $10 each. And whoever has the highest total percentage growth on their $100 investment wins. And by the way, I was in your neighborhood, and I think I know what I want when I win. I want a steak dinner at Ruth Chris Steakhouse.
Oh, yeah. That's not my neighborhood.
Well, I mean, I was Scottsdale, for God's sakes. I was over there.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah,
it is your area.
Yeah.
Did I explain the rules good enough?
Yeah, I think the rules are pretty good.
What do you mean pretty good?
No, I just need to, right? It's that whole, is grading a card off the table? Is grading a card on the table if there's money left over of the $100? So of the $100 spent.
So you buy a $50 card, you send it off to get graded. It cost you
$20 to get graded or so.
Called 20.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's fair. I think
what about fair. But how are we basing the price of the card? Is it just the card that is purchased on whatever platform you buy, or you have to add in shipping? So now a $10 card has gone to $15.
We'll remove the peripheral expenses.
Okay. So it's just the
cost of card on both ends.
All right.
Okay. And when we record and reveal, we will determine them that day. We'll pull the price that day.
On the last day of the season, or
no, preseason. So your $100 card that you bought today.
Yeah. No. I'm not buying any cards. I'm just going to hold on to $100 because then I will.
You have to have a piece of cardboard to show for it. Anyway, we will value before the season starts. So season starts next Thursday. Thursday.
As long as I've purchased the card, even if it hasn't made it to me yet, but I have actual proof I've purchased it.
Yes, because I'm in the same boat you are.
Yeah. Actually, one got delivered today. So I got to pick it up tomorrow.
Which one?
That one.
All right. Well, I'm also we're going to San Diego this weekend, and I don't know, by pure happenstance, the front row card shows there. We may or may not be swinging by there. So I am keeping a few of those dollars in my pocket.
Yeah. My thought is I bought stuff, but then if I come across stuff at the card show and I'm like, I'll just spend the $100 here. Right. And then those cards just become part of my PC and it doesn't matter. So
you're cheating. I don't know how,
what do you mean that's cheating? That's not cheating. That's just deciding on the valuation of a final card before I present it to, our peers for review.
We did talk about this before we land this plane. We did talk about if dude gets injured, are you just out that card, or do you get to do a late season ad or mid season ad?
That is a good question. We might have to iron that one out.
call it now. Let's say, how about we can designate. Yeah, we have to think about this. What do you want to do here? You know what? You're screwed.
You know what?
You're screwed.
You're screwed because at that point,
maybe his value will continue to go up.
Yeah, you'd see somebody that was like now already on the rise. You're like, well, now I'm just going to get that guy because I know at the end of the season he'll be.
JJ McCarthy hasn't played a single down, but his cards are on the up.
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to see if you bought a JJ McCarthy card.
Who?
Who's this? All right, RJ.
I'm about to get a lot better at football. Football and hockey are probably my weakest areas, and I want to get better at that. So.
I will be honest, football, hockey, and basketball, and I have no interest in basketball. So my game will elevate just to win this bet. But yeah. All right. Stay tuned for that. That'll be coming out, but that has to come out next week because RJ will otherwise might finagle the game here or something. I don't know what he's going to do. I'm looking at his eyes, feeling something's coming here. Good night. Thanks for joining us on this episode. Have a great night. Thanks for listening to Behind the Breaks. We appreciate you being here with us and helping us grow this community. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and YouTube.
Make sure to like, follow, or subscribe, and we'll see you for the next one.